The sky above the small town was quiet. No one noticed when the clouds slowly moved apart. No one heard the low sound coming from above. Then, suddenly, a silver ship appeared. It did not make noise like human planes. It floated calmly and slowly, like it was thinking. Inside the ship stood Zira. She was not human. Her skin was smooth and pale blue. Her eyes were dark but gentle. She wore a simple white outfit, the sign of an alien bride. Zira was trained for this moment. She had studied Earth for many years. She learned about humans, their homes, their food, and their emotions. But emotions were still strange to her. This was her mission. She was a mail-order bride, sent to marry a human man. The man had requested an alien partner through the interstellar program. The program promised peace, cooperation, and strong bonds. Zira believed in duty. She believed in honor. The ship landed softly near a quiet human house. It was not big, not beautiful, just normal. Zira looked at the house. This is my future, she thought. The ship door opened. Zira stepped outside. The air felt different, heavy, warm, alive. She walked to the front door and stood still, according to protocol. The human male would welcome her. She pressed the doorbell. The sound echoed inside the house. Footsteps followed. The door opened. A human man stood there. His eyes widened, his mouth opened, but no words came out. He looked shocked. Zira bowed her head. Politely, "I am Zira," she said in calm, simple English. "I am your assigned bride." The man froze. Behind him, the sound of a woman's voice came from inside. "Honey, who is at the door?" The man swallowed hard. I made a mistake," he said slowly. "I didn't think this would really happen." Zira looked at him carefully. "Mistake?" she asked. The man took a deep breath. "I am already married," he said. The words hit Zira like cold metal. Her face did not change, but inside her mind, something broke. "Married?" she repeated. "Yes," the man said. "My wife is inside." For the first time in her life, Zira did not know what to say. Alien law was clear. A bride must be accepted. If not, the situation becomes dangerous. "I was not informed," Zira said. "My records say you were alone." The man looked down. "I was lonely," he said quietly. I didn't think it would come this far." Before Zira could respond, a woman appeared behind him. She was human. Tired eyes, messy hair. Her face showed confusion, then fear. She looked at Zira. Who is she?" the woman asked. The man did not answer. Zira spoke instead. "I am Zira," she said calmly. "I came as his bride." The woman stepped back. "What?" she shouted. "This is a joke, right?" The house became silent. Tension filled the air. Zira stood still. She did not show anger. She did not show fear. Alien training taught her control. "I did not come to cause pain," Zira said. "This situation was not planned." The woman crossed her arms. "You need to leave," she said sharply. Zira lowered her eyes. "I cannot leave immediately," she replied. "Interstellar law requires a 7-day evaluation." The man looked shocked. "7 days?" he asked. Zira answered. "For safety, for honor." The woman shook her head. "This is crazy," she said. Suddenly, a small sound came from inside the house. Laughter. Tiny footsteps. 2 children ran into the hallway. They stopped when they saw Zira. They stared at her blue skin and strange eyes. The adults held their breath. The children did not scream. They did not hide. Instead, one child smiled. "Wow," the child whispered. "She's pretty." The other child stepped closer. "Are you a space princess?" he asked. Zyra slowly knelt down to their level. "I come from the stars," she said softly. The children's eyes lit up. The woman stared in shock. The man said nothing. For the first time since arriving on Earth, Zira felt something new. Not duty, not fear. Connection. The children reached for her hands. and they did not let go. Morning came quietly. Sunlight entered the house like nothing strange had happened. But everything had changed. Zara stood near the window of the small guest room. She had not slept. Alien minds did not rest like human minds. They reviewed, they calculated, they searched for mistakes. This mission was already broken. Downstairs, human voices moved carefully, like walking on thin glass. The wife sat at the kitchen table. Her hands were tight around a cup of cold coffee. She did not look angry anymore. She looked hurt. The man stood near the sink. He had not spoken much since last night. The children were quiet too. Too quiet. Zira sensed tension in the air. Alien senses were strong. Human emotions were loud. She walked slowly into the kitchen. The wife looked up. Their eyes met. No words were spoken for several seconds. I will not interfere, Zira said first. Her voice was calm and respectful. I will stay silent. I will follow the rules. The wife laughed once. Not a happy laugh. Rules, she said. My life is not a rule book. Zira lowered her head. I understand pain, she replied, even if I do not fully feel it. The wife stood up. You came from space, she said. You crossed stars. And you landed in my kitchen. Zira nodded slowly. I did not choose this house, she said. But now I must honor it. The wife did not answer. She turned away. The children entered the room. They looked at Zira like she was something rare. Something magical. Are you staying today? One child asked. Zira paused. Yes, she answered. For now. The children smiled. The wife saw that smile. Something twisted in her chest. Later that day, the man explained the situation again. About the alien law. About the 7 days. If we force her out, he said, the alien government may react badly. The wife looked at him. So we are trapped? She asked. No, Zira said quietly. I am trapped. That night something unexpected happened. The youngest child cried. A nightmare. The wife tried to calm him. The child pushed away. I want the blue lady, he cried. The wife froze. Zira heard the sound from the hallway. She did not move until the wife nodded once. Slow. Permission. Zira sat beside the child's bed. What did you see? Zira asked softly. A monster, the child whispered. Zira closed her eyes. She projected a soft light from her hand. Not magic. Technology. The room felt warm. Monsters fear brave hearts, Zira said. The child fell asleep. Wife watched from the doorway. She did not understand why it worked, but it did. The next days followed the same pattern. Zira fixed broken things. A door hinge, a power outlet, a toy no one could repair. She never tried to replace the wife. She never took the man's place. She listened. Humans talk too much but listen too little. Zira noticed that the children began to follow her everywhere. The wife noticed something else. The house felt calmer. The kids fought less. They slept better, and that scared her. On the 4th day, the wife finally spoke honestly. You are not supposed to be better than me, she said. Zyra returned. I am not better, she replied. I am different. The wife's voice shook. They look at you like you belong here. Zira stepped back. I do not belong, she said. I was sent. That night, a message arrived. Zira received it alone. An alien symbol appeared in the air. Evaluation status. Failure possible. Human family bond detected. Return. Maybe REQI closed. Her eyes. Return meant punishment. Return meant loss of status. Maybe worse. She looked at the house. At the family. At the children sleeping peacefully. For the first time, Zira felt fear. Not for herself, for them. No one planned it. It just happened. On the 5th morning, the house felt different. Not happy. Not sad. Balanced. Zyra noticed it first. She was sitting on the floor, slowly taking apart a broken toy. Small metal parts rested near her hands. The children sat close, very close, too close for normal humans. They leaned against her arms. They watched her hands move. "You're not loud," one child said suddenly. Zara paused. "Loud?" she asked. "Mom is loud when she's tired," the child replied. "Dad is loud when he's scared." Zara thought for a moment. "I am quiet because I listen," she said. The children nodded like that answer made sense. Across the room, the wife watched. She did not interrupt. She felt like an outsider in her own house. Later that day, something strange happened. The oldest child brought Zara a notebook. "Can you help me?" the child asked. Zara took it carefully. Inside were drawings. Messy lines, dark shapes. "What is this?" Zara asked. The child hesitated. "My head feels heavy sometimes," the child said. "I draw so it goes away." Zara's eyes softened. On her planet, children were not allowed emotions. They were trained early to suppress them. Humans did the opposite, and it hurt them. Zara placed her hand gently on the page. "Your mind is loud," she said. "That is not a weakness." The child looked surprised. "No one ever says that." The child whispered. Zara smiled. A small smile, not practiced, not trained. Real. That night, the wife confronted her. "You don't even try," the wife said. Zara turned. "Try what?" she asked. "To be normal," the wife replied. "To make mistakes." Zara stood still. "Mistakes are not allowed where I come from," she said. "But I see humans need them." The wife's voice broke. "They trust you," she said. "They tell you things they don't tell me." Zara lowered her head. "They feel safe," she said. "Safety comes before love." The wife said nothing. That evening, the man came home late. Alien tension filled the air. He spoke quietly. "The alien council sent a warning," he said. "They are watching closely." Zara nodded. "I know," she replied. The children heard the word alien. "Are they coming here?" one asked. Zara knelt down. "Not yet," she said, "but maybe soon." The youngest child hugged her. "You won't leave us, right?" Zara froze. Alien hearts did not break easily, but this one cracked. "I cannot promise," she said honestly. The child looked up. "That's okay," the child said. "Just don't disappear." That night, Zara did something forbidden. She removed her neural shield. It protected her from emotional overload. Without it, feelings hit harder. Human feelings hit hardest. She heard the wife crying quietly in the bedroom. She heard the man blaming himself. She felt the children dreaming. Zara pressed her hand to her chest. Pain. Real pain. On the 6th day, the wife finally asked the real question. "Why do they choose you?" she asked. Zara answered slowly. "Because I do not need them to be anything," she said. "Not smart, not strong, not perfect." The wife looked away. "I always want them to be more," she whispered. Zara nodded. "Humans push because they fear loss," she said. "My people avoid because they fear failure." That night, an alien drone appeared above the house, silent, watching. Zara saw it first. Her time was ending. The children stood beside her. The wife stood behind them, for the first time. The wife did not push Zara away. She stood with her. The drone sent one message. Final. Review approaching. Prepare for extraterrestrials. At the children. At the woman who was not her enemy anymore. At the man who made a mistake, but loved deeply. For the first time, Zara did not think like an alien. She thought like a human, and that scared the galaxy. The drone did not leave. It hovered above the house like a silent. Zara stood near the window, watching its shadow move across the walls. Alien technology was never careless. If a drone came, something bigger always followed. She felt the time closing around her. Downstairs, the family argued in low voices. The man paced back and forth. "This is my fault," he said again. "I started this." The wife did not answer right away. She was watching the children. They sat close together on the couch. "Too quiet. Listening. Stop blaming yourself," the wife said finally. "That won't protect them." Zira entered the room. The voices stopped. "The extraction will happen soon," Zira said. "Maybe tonight." The children jumped up. "No." One said quickly, "They can't take you." Zira knelt. "I must go if they demand it," she said softly. "If I refuse, Earth could be punished." The wife's breath caught. "Punished how?" She asked. Zyra hesitated. "Sanctions," she said. "Isolation, maybe worse." The man clenched his fists. "So they just decide?" he said. "They make the mistake and we pay?" "Yes," Zira replied. "That is how power works in my galaxy." The wife looked at Zira carefully. "And do you agree with it?" she asked. Zira did not answer immediately. "No," she said at last. That answer changed something. The drone outside moved closer. Lights scanned the house. The children screamed. The wife pulled them back. Zira stepped forward. "Stay behind me," she said. "You can't stop them," the man said. "I am not trying to stop," Zira replied. "I am trying to speak." The front door opened by itself. Cold air filled the room. A tall figure stepped inside. An alien official. Silver armor. No face. Only a glowing symbol where eyes should be. "Zira of the 7th line," the figure said. "You have failed your assignment." The children hid behind Zira. "She didn't fail," the wife shouted. "You did." The alien turned its head slightly. "Human speech is not required," it said. Zira stood taller. "It is required now," she said calmly. The alien paused. That alone was rare. "The human is bonded," the alien said. "The mission is invalid." "The mission was wrong," Zira replied. "You sent me to a lie." Silence filled the house. The alien processed. "The human male requested you," it said. Zira answered. "And humans make mistakes." The wife stepped forward. "She is not a product," she said. "She is a person." The alien shifted. "Personhood is irrelevant," it replied. Zira turned to the children. "Close your eyes," she said gently. They obeyed. Then Zira did something no alien bride had ever done. She removed her status mark. It dissolved into light. Gasps filled the room. "You reject your designation?" the alien asked. "Yes," Zira said. "I reject being owned." "That choice has consequences," the alien warned. "I know," Zira replied. The drone outside changed color. Red. The wife felt fear rise in her chest, but she did not step back. Instead, she stood beside Zira. "If you take her," the wife said, "you take all of us." The man joined them. Then something unexpected happened. The children opened their eyes. "We're not scared," one child said. The alien turned. "Fear response missing," it observed. Zira smiled sadly. "They feel safe," she said. "That is something your kind never learned." The alien paused again, longer this time. "Human emotional bonding is inefficient," it said. "And yet," Zira replied, "it changed me." The alien sent a signal. More ships appeared in the sky. The house shook. "This planet is unstable." The alien said, "Humans are unpredictable." Zira nodded. Double quotes, "Yes," she said. "And that is why you came to us." The alien was silent. For the first time, it did not know the correct response. Finally, it spoke. "Final decision pending," it said. "Stand by." The ship stayed. The drone stayed. The galaxy was watching. Zira looked at the family. Whatever happened next would not be small, it would not be quiet, and it would not be forgotten. The ships did not attack. That was the first surprise. They hovered in the sky. Dark and heavy, like a question with no answer. Zira stood in the center of the living room. The alien official remained still, waiting for command. Waiting for humans to break. But humans did not move the way aliens expected. The wife took a slow step forward. Her heart was beating fast, but her voice was steady. "You say this planet is unstable," she said. "You say we are unpredictable." The alien turned toward her. "That is correct," it replied. She nodded. Double quotes, "Yes," she said. "And that is why we survive." The alien paused. "Explain," it demanded. The wife pointed to Zyra. "You sent her as an object," she said. "But she learned something here." The man stepped beside his wife. "We fight," he said. "We fail, we love anyway." The alien scanned them. Emotional weakness detected. It said. Zyra finally spoke. "It is not weakness," she said calmly. "It is endurance." The children held her hands. Their grip was tight. The alien noticed. Human young display attachment beyond logic. It observed. "Yes," Zyra said. "And that is why they grow strong." The alien official sent another signal. A new voice filled the room, deeper, colder. "Zyra of the seventh line," the voice said. "Your defiance threatens diplomatic order." Zyra lifted her head. Then, "The order was already broken," she replied. Silence followed. The children spoke next. That was the second surprise. "If she leaves," one child said, "we will remember." The alien turned slowly. "Memory is irrelevant," it said. The child shook his head. "No," he replied. "Memory is how humans fight." The wife felt tears in her eyes. The alien paused longer than before. The deeper voice returned. "Earth has no authority in this matter." The man clenched his fists. "Then why are you here?" he asked. No answer came at first. Zyra understood before anyone else. "They are afraid," she said quietly. The alien turned sharply. "Fear is illogical," it replied. "Then explain why." "You sent brides instead of armies," Zyra said. That question hit harder than weapons. The ships outside shifted. "Not closer, farther." The deeper voice spoke again. "Human emotional influence is spreading beyond projections." The wife took another step forward. "You came to control us," she said. "But you learned something else." "What?" the voice asked. "That we don't kneel," she said. "Not to fear, not to power." The children stood straight, small bodies, strong eyes. Zyra felt pride, not alien pride. Human pride. The alien official lowered its weapon. That had never happened before. "Zyra," it said, "you have altered protocol." "Yes," Zyra replied, "and I am not sorry." The deeper voice went silent. Seconds passed, then minutes. The sky outside changed color. The ships began to pull back, not leaving, but waiting. Final message appeared in the air. Temporary stay granted. Human emotional structure under review. Zyra to remain under observation. The wife exhaled. The man sat down heavily. The children smiled. But Zyra did not relax. "This is not over," she said softly. The wife nodded. "I know," she replied. "But today, we stood." Zyra looked at the family. At their fear, at their courage. On her world, obedience was survival. On Earth, defiance was survival. That night, Zyra sent a message of her own, not to command, not to request. To warn. Humans are not weak. They are dangerous in a way you cannot measure. They change those who stay too long. She looked at her hands. They were shaking, not from fear, from feeling. The galaxy had noticed humanity, and humanity had not asked for permission. The house was quiet again. Too quiet after the alien ships moved back. Sound slowly returned to normal. Birds outside, wind in the trees, a distant car. But inside the house, no one felt normal. Zyra sat alone in the guest room. The observation mark glowed faintly on her wrist. The aliens were watching. Every breath, every word, every feeling. She had never been watched like this before. Not even during training. Downstairs, the wife folded clothes that did not need folding. The man stared at a screen that showed nothing. The children whispered instead of laughing. Everyone was waiting for something bad. Zyra finally stood. She walked to the kitchen. The wife looked up. For a moment, neither spoke. Then the wife said quietly, "They will take you, won't they?" Zyra did not lie. "Yes," she said, "eventually." The wife swallowed. "When?" she asked. "I do not know," Zyra replied. "But they are deciding how useful I am now." The word useful hurt more than threat. The wife leaned against the counter. "They talk about you like a tool," she said. Zyra nodded. "That is what I was made to be." The wife shook her head. "No," she said. "That's what they wanted you to believe." Zyra looked at her. Humans said strange things, dangerous things, that night. Zyra made a decision. She accessed the alien network. Unauthorized, risky. Her mind filled with data, warnings, and restrictions. She ignored them. She sent a message to the council. Not emotional, not angry. Clear. "I am requesting permanent release from the bride program. Reason: irreversible cognitive change. I no longer meet compliance standards." The response came faster than expected. "Request denied. You belong to the program." Zyra closed her eyes. She had known this would happen. Belong. That word again. The children entered quietly. They sat beside her. "You look sad," one said. Zyra hesitated. "I am thinking," she replied. "About leaving?" The child asked. "Yes," Zyra said honestly. The youngest child reached for her hand. "If they take you," the child said, "will you forget us?" Zyra felt something break inside. "No," she said firmly. "I will never forget." The child nodded, satisfied. That was enough for him. Later that night, the man finally spoke to Zyra, alone. "I ruined everything," he said. Zyra looked at him. "You made a human choice," she replied. "Humans make many." He laughed softly. "That's not comforting." "It should be," Zyra said. "Your mistakes brought change." He looked at her. "You're not afraid of them," he said. Zyra answered slowly. "I am afraid of becoming empty again." That fear was new. The next morning the alien presence returned. Not ships. Not drones. A signal. A direct one. The air shimmered. A fear council image appeared. Multiple figures. Cold. Perfect. "Zyra," the council spoke together. "You are no longer suitable as a bride." Zyra felt relief. Then the next words came. "You are suitable as a subject." The wife stepped forward. "No," she said instantly. The council ignored her. "You will be taken for study," they continued. "Human emotional transfer is valuable." Zyra stood still. Study meant years. Isolation. Dissection of mind, not body. Worse. "I refuse," Zyra said. The council paused. "Refusal is not permitted," it replied. Zyra turned to the family. This was the moment. The real one. "If I stay," Zyra said, "you may be harmed." The wife shook her head. "If you go," she said, "you will be destroyed." The children hugged her legs. "Stay," they whispered. Zyra closed her eyes. On her world, sacrifice meant obedience. On Earth, sacrifice meant choice. She looked back at the council. "I will not come willingly," Zyra said. "That is rebellion." The council warned. Zyra nodded. "Yes," she said. "And I learned it here." The signal flickered. Not from anger. From confusion. For the first time, Zyra felt something stronger than duty. Belonging. Not to a planet. Not to a program. To people. The house shook slightly. Something was coming. Zyra knew the final decision would not be peaceful. The sky did not burn. That surprised everyone. Alien ships filled the clouds, but no weapons fired. No alarms screamed. No cities fell. Instead, the ships waited. Zyra stood in the front yard of the house. The observation mark on her wrist glowed. bright red. This was no longer a review. This was a decision. The family stood behind her. Not hiding. Not running. Standing. The council's voice came again, loud and clear. From every direction. Zira of the 7th line. You are ordered to surrender. Zira raised her head. She did not shout. She did not beg. I refuse, she said. A pause followed. Longer than any before. You choose emotional contamination over galactic order? The council asked. Zira answered honestly. I choose people, she said. I choose what I became here. The wife stepped forward. You don't understand humans, she said. That's your mistake. The council responded coldly. Humans are unstable, violent, self-destructive. The man spoke next. Yes, he said, and we still protect each other. The children held Zira's hands. One of them looked up at the sky. If you hurt her, the child said, we will never forgive you. The council hesitated, not because of threat, because of something new. Explain. The council demanded. Zira understood then. They were not here to punish. They were here to learn. You study strength, Zira said. We live it, she pointed. To the family. They are afraid, she continued. And they stand anyway. The council processed the words. Ships shifted slightly. Sensors focused. Data streamed. Human history played across. Alien screens. Wars. Loss. Love. Again and again. Humans should have destroyed themselves. The council said. The wife nodded. We almost did, she replied. Many times. The council waited, but we didn't, she added. Because we don't survive alone. Silence spread across the sky. Then something unbelievable happened. The alien ships lowered their shields, a sign of vulnerability, never done before, Zira. The council said slowly, you are no longer classified as a bride. Zira felt her chest tighten. You are reclassified, the council continued, as a cultural bridge. The observation mark on Zira's wrist faded. Gone. The council spoke again. Humans will not be controlled. They will be observed and respected. The word felt heavy. Earned. The ships began to rise, not retreating. Leaving. As the sky cleared. The world felt quieter. Smaller. The wife covered her mouth. The man sat down on the grass. The children laughed, unsure why they were happy, only that they were. Zira remained still. For the first time in her life, no one owned her future. Later that night, Zira sat on the porch. Earth stars looked different from space stars. Closer, warmer. You can leave now, the wife said gently. You're free, Zira shook her head. I am free, she said. That is why I stay. The wife smiled through tears. The children leaned against Zira's side. Are you our alien? One asked. Zira smiled. Yes, she said. If you will have me. The child nodded. Good, he said. We like you. Months later, the galaxy changed. Aliens did not send brides anymore. They sent listeners. Observers. Students. Humans became something new, not conquerors, not rulers, teachers of something the universe lacked. Connection. Zyra spoke before councils and worlds. She told them about mistakes, about fear, about love that makes no sense. And the galaxy listened. Because the strongest species they ever met was not the smartest, not the most advanced, but the one that chose each other. Again, and again, and again.